Hi guys, my name is Eliza and this is Eliza's Bookshelf. Today I'm going to go over all the books that I plan to read in October. And a lot of it is going to be focused on Book of the Month because I have October, November, December left to finish my Book of the Month challenge. And this year they made it a little bit more complicated. Let me see if I can pull it up. I think last year, like the extreme challenge was just to read 24 books in general. But it has to be in this year and the year prior. This time, the Shelf Slayer challenge is actually 30 books. Yeah, so they increased it by 6. I'm not doing so hot. So if I want to finish the challenge this year, which I may go for it because I'm almost there, I have about 15 books to go. So I have to read 5 books per month. So yeah, I have a couple books that I've chosen this month, and then I want to focus on other buddy reads and stuff like that, just like mood reading, buddy reading, whatever. I haven't been doing a lot of games and TBRs and stuff like that because I found like the surest way to get me to not read a book is to put it on like some game TBR thing. But these are some of the books that I am going to be buddy reading with some friends. And I'm sure I am missing a lot out there because I'm always like, hey, let me read this with you because it sounds fun. But I think these are the ones that I definitely am going to. I don't know. So Assistant to the Villain. This one is, I think, from an author that was on TikTok, and she was coming out with all these stories, and it was, everyone was like, this sounds amazing, make it into a book. And she made it into a book with red edges. This is another book from Red Tower, and I guess there's like this demon or devil or monster who is a villain, and then this girl becomes his assistant, and it's just like, I am imagining like The Office, you know, but who knows. I heard really good things about this. We are budding reading it together with Sam and Emily, and we'll see. The next one is a buddy read with the same people because we're always just talking, and then books that we think that we'll like, we're like, hey, let's read it together. This one is A Haunting on the Hill. I think this is, I don't know if it's like a prequel or anything. I know it's in the same world as Haunting on Hill House, which I have not read that one, but I watched the series on Netflix and it just scares the bejeebus out of me. I want to watch it again. I just know that that one really scared me. It haunted me for a while. So yeah, and I'm reading this with my other friend too because I told her about it, and we both really like the movie, the TV series. So let's see what this is actually about. I'm so excited. Let's see. The first novel authorized to return to the world of Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House, a terrifying new story of isolation and longing, perfect for our present time. I'm like creeped out already. Holly Sherwin has been a struggling playwright for years, but now after receiving a grant to develop her play Witching Night, no, not a play. Every time someone has like this crazy haunting play, it becomes like a haunting in itself. Well, not every time. Only in the movies. Let's see. When she stumbles across Hill House on a weekend getaway upstate, she is immediately taken in by the mansion nearly hidden outside a remote village. It's enormous, old, and ever so eerie. The perfect place to develop and rehearse her play. Oh my god, you're so dumb. No! Despite her own hesitations, Holly's girlfriend, Nisa, agrees to join Holly in renting the house for a month, and soon a troupe of actors, each with ghosts of their own, arrive. Yet as they settle in, the house peculiarities are made known. Strange creatures stalk the grounds, disturbing sounds echo through the halls, and time itself seems to shift. All too soon, Holly and her friends find themselves not just at odds with one another, but with the house itself. It seems something has been waiting in Hill House all these years and no longer intends to walk alone. So that sounds so good. Honestly, reading that synopsis sounds very good, but it doesn't sound as scary as The Haunting on Hill House. God, these titles. So it is The Haunting of Hill House, and this is A Haunting on the Hill. Get that straight. Okay, and then I'm reading it as well with the same people. We have very crazy lofty goals here. I don't know if I'm actually gonna finish this, but if you can see, my bookmark from a long time ago is here. This is about, I would say, a fifth of the book. Less than a fifth of the book, because the book is like over 1,000 pages. This is around 200 pages that I stopped a long time ago. It's the floppy version. I love it so much. I started reading this a long time ago, but I stopped because it just got too scary for me. I was on a block where I had to work at a rural hospital. So this is like 45 minutes an hour away from me, and I was working the night shift at this hospital. Like, no one goes there. Well, of course, you know, there's patients, but like at one time there's 1 or 2 doctors there seeing all the patients. So it's very empty, dark, quiet. And I was working the night shift on OB-GYN, and I just remember driving to work, thinking about this damn story, getting so scared, and the walk from the parking lot to the door is not even that far. I would pick the closest parking lot, and I would run. I don't know if I ran. I don't run. But I would like speed walk, looking over my shoulder for any creatures out there and balloons, you know? But I would walk so fast to the door. And at the door, it's like a struggle to get in sometimes because you're punching the key and sometimes it doesn't work. Oh my gosh, I would just get so freaked out. And once I get in and I'm in like my bed area, because there's like beds for us in case you need to sleep, computer area, it's just like you're the only one there and it's so damn quiet. Ugh, I hated that. Honestly, number 1, that was a bad time in my life. Number 2, it was just so damn freaky. So I stopped reading this book and I got so far. I got so darn far. And still barely had a dent in the book. So I am reading this with Emily and Sam as well. Who knows when we will finish. I think Emily is doing like, you know, whatever amount of pages per day and she's on a good roll, but I haven't even started yet. But I do want to watch the movie with them once we're all done. Oh my God, this book, I don't even know why it's so freaky because I watched the movies before and the movies don't scare me that much. But when I read this, oh my gosh, it was so scary. So darn scary. And then I am buddy reading this with Sam, A Study in Drowning. Who knows what this is about? But I got like so many copies of it and it's one of her most anticipated reads, so I'm so excited. Effie has always believed in fairy tales. She had no choice. Since childhood, she's been haunted by visions of the Fairy King and found solace only in the pages of Ankarad. Emery Murden's, oh my God, all these names. Beloved epic about a mortal girl who falls in love with the Fairy King and then destroys him. Oh my gosh, this sounds crazy. Effie's tattered copy is all that's keeping her afloat through her stifling first term at a prestigious architecture college. So when the late author's family announces a contest to redesign his house, Effie feels certain this is her destiny. That's so cool. But Harath Manor is an impossible task, a musty, decrepit estate on the brink of crumbling into a hungry sea. And when Effie arrives, she finds she isn't the only one who's made a temporary home there. Preston, a stodgy young literature scholar, is studying the Murden's papers and is determined to prove her favorite author is a fraud. Cool. As the 2 rival students investigate the reclusive author's legacy, piecing together clues through his letters, books, and diaries, they discover that the house's foundation isn't the only thing that can't be trusted. There are dark forces, both mortal and magical, conspiring against them, and the truth may bring them both to ruin. Ah! I can see why this is one of her most anticipated reads. Sounds really good. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I do have another one of the author's books. What is it called? Juniper and Thorn. So she has written adult fantasies Juniper and Thorn and The Wolf and the Woodsman, as well as this book, A Study in Drowning. Wow, she sounds so cool. She lives in Palo Alto, up north, NorCal, where she continues to haunt university libraries. Oh my God, she seems so cool. I want to be her friend. Anyways, yeah, I'm excited to read this. And let's get into my Book of the Month ones. Did I already talk about them all? Did I? Anyways, let's see. So these are the 5 Book of the Month books that I have picked. 2 of them were in my September box, right? I'm confused about when my box were. Oh yes, 2 of them were in my September box. This is A Bright Young Woman. I think it's about a serial killer who targeted sororities in like different universities in the US. So this is interesting. I think it's inspired by a true story. This one is A Stranger Upstairs. It sounds very like gothic, haunted house type of vibes, mystery thing. But yeah, I'm excited. A gruesome history, hostile neighborhood, a new owner with a shocking secret. Welcome to Blackwood House. Gosh, I was asking my family, I was like, would you move into a house if you knew there was a murder in there? Everyone was like, yeah. And I was like, you guys are so sick. Anyways, and then the other ones are a little bit older. Actually, I think I got this one in the middle of this year, Dark Corners. This is a second in a series, but I think you can read it as a standalone. I certainly plan to because I didn't pick up the first one. The first one was Night Swim, which I heard a lot of people love. I just don't remember being too drawn into it when I read the synopsis, but this is the second one. Rachel Crawl, the true crime podcaster star of Megan Golden's acclaimed Night Swim, returns to search for a popular influencer who disappears after visiting a suspected serial killer. That sucks for that person who disappeared. Like, I mean, when you're visiting people, you don't know if they're a serial killer or not. And yeah, so this is interesting. I'm planning to get to it soon. Inkblood Sister Scribe. This is, I think it is a standalone, but correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm wrong most of the times. This is by Emma Torres. I think I have another edition of this book somewhere, but I finally want to get to this. It's a spellbinding debut novel. Oh, yeah, so her first book. Two estranged half-sisters tasked with guarding their family's library of magical books must work together to unravel a deadly secret at the heart of their collection. A tale of familial loyalty and betrayal, and the pursuit of magic and power. So yeah, I plan to get to this soon. Oh my gosh, the author has a picture with her cat. How funny. Okay, so yeah, this is a little bit of a thick book. Well, it feels thick. Oh my gosh, it's separated into like parts 1, 2, and 3, and it looks so good. Okay, not too long. Actually, it just hit 400. It's a little long book. Yeah, so I don't know anything else about this, but it has to do with like books and magic and stuff. So yes, I'm excited to get into that. And then this one, honestly, I don't know why I haven't read this one yet, because I actually really love the first book. I don't know what this bookmark is, but this is the second and last book in the Elements of Cadence duet or duology, Fire Endless. The first one is called, let me see, An Enchanted River, or River Enchanted, one of those. I loved it so much. It was like, it's like very magical, whimsical, elemental magic, I think. You know what? Maybe not. But there's stuff about like the wind and the earth and water and stuff like that. But there's this island, from what I remember, this is the first book. There's an island where like children, little kids, maybe little girls are going missing. And so this guy has to come back with his magical harp and sing to, is it the gods or the magic creatures, the winds and the earth and stuff like that? He has to sing to them in order for them to come, and he'll ask them questions. So it's very magical, and the writing was so good. The love stories in here were so good, and I say stories because there's like two, and actually I like the one, like the secondary love story. I like that one a lot, but they're both really good. And then it ended on like a slight cliffhanger. I say slight because it is, I think, like things are not tied up obviously because there's a second book, but it didn't make me rush to read the second one. But I'm excited. I think it's gonna be like its own story in this one. So yes, these are my 5 book of the months. Which if I finish them all, I will be on track. Well, kind of on track. I still have to read 5 every month moving forward. And then these are my other buddy reads. I know there's a lot of like readathons and stuff like that, but I'm not really joining them because I have like readathon, I don't know, fraud, burnout. I just sign up to so many readathons and I just don't complete anything. So I'm just gonna give myself some time to do some mood buddy reads. And so these are the other ones. But yeah, I know I'm uploading this video a little bit late because I'm filming everything a little bit late, but I hope you enjoyed my little October TBR. I have like a couple weeks left to see if I can finish all of these. But anyways, okay, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.